wonder what specific information insurance companies ask for on a medication prior authorization form? Let's break it down. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into what it actually takes to get an insurance provider to approve Zepbound. Specifically talking about Zepbound today because that is the one I'm familiar with. I've just been through this process for the second time and I want to share what I found out with you guys. Most of the time, it means you're going to have to go through a prior authorization process. Basically, your healthcare provider will need to send documentation to your insurance company that shows Zepbound is medically necessary for your specific case. This usually includes medical records, a letter of medical necessity from your doctor, and proof that you've already tried other weight loss methods like diet and exercise without success. If your first request is denied, don't worry. You can explore the appeals process. Let's walk through what you need to know. First, check your plan's formulary, also known as the list of medications your insurance covers. Look for PA or prior authorization next to Zepbound. If it's listed there, you're going to need special approval. A good tip would be to call the customer service number on your insurance card or check your online portal to see if your specific plan covers Zepbound and what the requirements are. Your provider will need to prove that Zepbound is medically necessary for your situation. This often includes that you have a high BMI, that you have weight-related health conditions like type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, and sleep apnea, and that you have failed at other attempts at losing the weight. You need to show that you've tried diet, exercise, or other medications without success. They may also require you to complete a step therapy. Some insurance plans require that you try less expensive medications before they'll cover Zepbound, but your doctor can request an exception if it's medically necessary. Your provider will need to submit several documents. Here's what they might include. First, a letter of medical necessity. This is a written statement from your doctor explaining why Zepbound is needed for your specific situation, why other treatments didn't work, and why diet and exercise alone have not been effective. They're also going to provide your medical records. They'll include things like your weight history, your BMI calculations, and documentation of any health-related conditions. They will include whether or not you've participated in a weight loss program. If you've tried structured programs like Weight Watchers or Noom, you'll want to include proof of participation, how long you stuck with it, and your results. You're also going to want to list any other weight loss medication that you've tried, how long you took them, and why they didn't work. Your doctor will usually handle submitting all of this to your insurance provider. Once it's submitted, follow up with your insurance company to make sure they received everything and check the status of your request. And we need to stop here because I want to talk about this. This is so important. If I had waited for my insurance company to let me know that I was denied the first time, there would have been a 10-day delay between the decision they made and me actually hearing their decision. And I was denied, I think it was 3 times total. So you can see how long that process could have been. I think by me calling them and submitting right away, resubmitting my appeal right away, it ended up being like a 10 to 14 day possibly period of time. But if I had waited for each of those denials to make their way through the mail to my mailbox, it probably would have been over a month from when I initially started to when I was actually able to go fill my prescription. So always pester your insurance company. Do not passively wait for them to call you. This is not the time to be patient. Don't be patient with them. First, they want to know, are you using Zepbound along with a lifestyle program like nutritional counseling or exercise? They do want to see that you are intending to diet and exercise while you're taking Zepbound. If you don't have that part in there, you're going to be denied. They told me if we don't show that I am doing diet and exercise along with Zepbound, they would deny me. Secondly, they want to know how long you've been in any type of a lifestyle program like Weight Watchers or Noom. Third, they want to know if you have weight-related conditions. And this was something that was very important to me getting approved. They're looking for, do you have type 2 diabetes? Do you have cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high A1C? They want to see all of that. If you have any of those conditions, it is so important that those are included in this form. They also want to know if you've been diagnosed with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. I was pre-diabetic. I absolutely had to have that on there for part of this process. They want to know, have you had a stroke or a heart condition? What other medications have you tried and failed? What was your weight and BMI before starting Zepbound? Are you currently on weight loss medication? And if you're currently on the meds, what's your current weight and BMI while on the medication? Let's pause here for a second. This question was very important this time around because they wanted to see that I have lost weight and lowered my BMI while I was on Zepbound. So that is critical to include not only what it was before, but what it is now. Also, are you using Zepbound with any other related medications like GLP-1 agonists? And another important one, do you have sleep apnea? This has been approved to treat sleep apnea. So absolutely let them know you have it, if you do, whenever you're filling out this form. And if you're denied, don't panic, appeal. Upon submitting my initial prior authorization, I was denied and had to appeal multiple times. And I totally understand how frustrating it is, but here's what helped me in the process. First, carefully review the reason for the denial. Gather any extra documents or proof to strengthen your case. Call your insurance provider and ask them questions. Take detailed notes. Leave nothing out. And keep those notes in a safe place. Don't lose them. Work with your doctor to resubmit or appeal the decision. And yes, it's a pain, but remember, prior authorizations do exist for a reason. They're meant to make sure treatments are safe, necessary, and cost-effective. I went through this process again after being on Zepbound for 6 months. To stay on it, I had to prove I lost at least 5% of my body weight. Had I not lost at least 5% of my body weight, that would have been enough of a reason for my insurance company to say, it's not working for her and we're not paying for it. And I would have been denied. Also, my overall health improved. I now have a normal blood pressure, I have normal A1C level, and my cholesterol has come down. That earned me another 12-month approval. I'll have to repeat the process again once I get close to that deadline. And something else I want to tell you guys about. My approval letter says the insurance company can terminate coverage early if they stop covering Zepbound. So that's something to watch out for. And for those of you that haven't seen it, go watch my video about how CVS dropped Zepbound from their formulary. It is happening, and it could happen with my insurance provider. So I'm going to be watching that one closely. Funny enough, my first prior authorization took weeks because of denials and appeals, but the second time they approved it the same day. My doctor's office called me just a couple hours after my appointment to tell me it was approved. And I thought there had to be a mistake because it was not that easy the first time I went through it. I hope this helped ease your mind if you're going through prior authorizations or you have one looming in your future, especially if you're doing this with a GLP-1. If this video helped you out, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss more helpful videos like this one. Thanks so much for watching today, and I'll see you in the next video.